Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the RoBuilder YouTube channel. Today's video is just going to be for the new people in Blender, the people that are just like me, well, at least me from a year and a half ago. Basically, I downloaded Blender because I saw everybody making amazing stuff, and man, I just wanted to be a lot better in building than I was, and thankfully, I have made some pretty good progress. I could put, like an old build up on the screen, and then some of my new work as well. But I want to show you guys what I did to become better at Blender. By no means am I claiming to be an expert or a pro of any sorts, but these are the steps that I took to get where I am now. And some people said I progressed really fast, some people said I progressed really slow, so I guess I'll just leave that up to you guys. But my number one tip is kind of a cliche one. I don't even know if that's the right word, but just don't give up. I feel like Blender and Twitter had the same life cycle for me, and that's where I download them, try them out, didn't really know what I was doing, and then I uninstalled them, you know? And then later on, I downloaded them again and, you know, learned how to use them. Yes, I had to learn how to use Twitter. Don't hate on me. I still don't know how to use Instagram. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Anyways, I feel like we just download things, and then we try them once or twice, and then we just let them go for a month. I did the same thing with Substance Painter. I still have no idea how to use that. Of course, I want to learn it, but there's just something like a mental block. Maybe us telling ourselves, hey, we can't do this, and that's just a very dangerous thing. Never tell yourself you can't do something, because everything is always possible. So just stick with it, and that is the first thing. Mainly practice makes perfect in anything you're doing, whether that's building on Roblox, using Blender, if you wanted to learn how to ride a unicycle, you know, just more practice, the better you're gonna get. My next tip is gotta be my best tip, guys. This is what helped me so much. Just about learning the weird stuff in Blender. Like, there's so much. I'd say I probably know 10%, maybe, probably like 7% of Blender and all of its functions. I feel like I know nothing about this program, but I know enough to make a few models. I would say don't try to learn the whole program at once. This is a huge thing everybody tries to do, really in any program. They always try to learn the whole thing, and that's like just dangerous. You're not gonna get that far, and you're gonna feel like you can't do it because there's just so much knowledge that you have to take in and not enough time to get all of it, you know? So what I would say is think of one item, all right? For this example, we're gonna think of a tree, okay? So now that we have a tree in mind, what we want to do is look up a lot of tutorials on how to build a tree, okay? How to model a tree. And the reason I say this is because everybody does it a little bit differently. For example, my favorite way to make a tree would be adding in a mesh cube, going into edit mode, vertices select right here, M at center, make sure we're selecting it, M at center, and then control clicking to form our tree, okay? So let's say something like this, and then we'll have a branch going off this way, one up here, maybe one down here, and we just make a bunch of branches, like so. We'll make one more little one down here, and something like this. So now we have this, and then I would turn on this little dot right up here, which is proportional editing, make our circle quite a bit bigger, and then just move some of this stuff so we don't have a flat tree. See, now we have a bit of curves to it. Then we would go into this modifier and just add a skin modifier right here. And as you can see, we have a tree. Now, of course, you know, you can fix this up by grabbing all of the top vertices and doing Control A to scale them down, and then just scale everything around how you think it needs to be. I still have proportional editing on. Let me turn that off. So just scale the tops down, something like that, and then you go down one more, scale those down, Control A, just like that, and then you can scale these up to get more of what you want to have. So right there is my main point. Everybody does it differently. So if you wanted to make a tree, you might love this way to make a tree, or you might absolutely hate it. Oh, another tip, if you were using this somehow for a tree tutorial, if you add subdivision surface, and then you could just kind of extrude this bottom one and scale it up, and now you have, like, you know, a bit smoother of a tree. you can apply these and shade smooth and auto smooth, and now you have a pretty cool tree. Anyways, this is my favorite way to make a tree, but other people may have different tutorials, or quicker ones, or just ones that will help you in your specific project a lot better, matching your style, matching a workflow that just fits you better. So I would say, think of one object, not the whole program. Think of one object and watch, let's say, 3 to 10 tutorials, because sometimes you fall into the bad video that's just like, bro, what did I learn from that? Nothing. So watch like 3 to 10 tutorials, guys, and one of those is guaranteed to at least teach you something you did not know about Blender, or show you a Blender life hack, we'll call it. For example, I was modeling for about 6 months before I figured out about proportional editing, and this is like one of the most powerful tools in Blender, in my opinion, for at least what I do. I can change how this tree is formed just by clicking and dragging, and without even grabbing a ton of the vertices. So I really like that, and I would have never even known about it unless I watched a ton of tutorials. So far, we got Don't Give Up, which is the same thing in any sense, just never give up on whatever you want to do, and watch tutorials, guys. There's always different methods, and then those little tips or tricks that nobody knows about, and once you learn them, it literally feels like you're cheating. Like, sometimes when I learn a new trick or technique, I'm like, oh my gosh, was it really that easy the whole time? And it turns out it was. Alright guys, next tip. Try, and this also works for, you know, anything you're wanting to do. Try to surround yourself with people that have common interests. For example, if you want a 3D model, try to get a friend group that does 3D modeling. This helps a lot if you have any questions, or just like you're stuck on a certain step in a model that you're making and you don't know where to go next. If you have a friend on, let's say, Discord that you can just DM real quick and be like, hey, I ran into this issue, do you know how to fix it? A lot of times they will know how to fix it, and it's gonna save you so much time, simply because you don't have to look it up. A lot of times when people are struggling on what to do or how to do it or what their problem is, they don't really know what to look up, and that definitely slows down the workflow and the vibe, like to want to model stuff. And of course, the more people you have within your common interest, the more people you'll be able to ask, meaning the more likely somebody is gonna know how to fix whatever you're working on. So definitely don't sleep on that. Having friends in your space is just a blessing. I want to give a quick shout out to Vuck and Eternity. Those are my 2 go-tos. If I don't know how to do something, I'm like, yo guys, I gotta hit you up. You gotta help me out a little bit. I am stuck. But guys, it's definitely a huge help. Up next, keep this in mind always. There's not a perfect model, guys. Like, the cool part about Blender is that you can do anything you want. Like, look what I just did. Bro, this is weird, right? Like, this is just, who would tell you to do something like this? I am gonna change this to linear, but nobody would tell you to do something like this. And it's gonna look just fine on the ending model. You just gotta have fun and trust in your creative freedom, guys. There's nothing bigger as like a freelance artist of any kind of thing. Just trust in yourself and do weird stuff, because most of the time that weird stuff is gonna make your style stick out. And who knows, especially when you're new to Blender and don't know what you're doing, you can really quote-unquote mess up a model, but in reality it looks amazing. I've done that a few times where I've just completely messed up, but someone was like, bro, how did you do that? Because they thought it was so cool. Does it happen all the time? Definitely not. Can it happen? Most definitely. So guys, learning Blender is just about like learning anything else. You just have to try to keep yourself motivated, which is pretty hard when you feel like you're not making any progress. But at the end of the day, everyone progresses at their own pace, guys, and you just gotta learn to love the process. But I think that is gonna wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.